Tyler is so tightly bound by his history that it will not let him go. Additionally, I want to discuss in this film some of Tyler's darker past issues that are rarely spoken. I also want to discuss some additional strange things that have come to light, such as tweets and underscore. In fact, Tyler may have detested being black in those days, because there are still some glazers who won't hold Tyler accountable and call a spade a spade. I'm only really doing it. Although Tyler probably changed from his goblin days, that doesn't lessen the harm or the gravity of what he was doing when he was 20 years old and older, since that's how old he was. And one other thing, too, my Emiru video was taken off by YouTube. However, it's alright. I will just add a few more, but I'll stop yapping. As you are probably aware, I am the Hood Socrates. Let's get started. Actually, Tyler has had dubious interactions with younger individuals. However, the first word used to introduce this issue is _young perfect. Together with Cherry Bomb, this song was released in 2015. Additionally, the song, which is quite strange and discusses the 5-year age difference between Tyler and an unidentified girl, is incredibly good.
There go the policeman knocking at my door. Do I leave out the back and grab my wallet and coat? Or do I answer real confused like, I don't know. Now me and she held hands and we danced nothing more. She kissed my hand a couple times, FaceTime when we're bored. There's nobody at the door, man. I'm so paranoid.
This is really weird, dude. And it seems as though Noid from Chromacopia is on my mind. He is discussing his paranoia toward fans. My underscore, do you have paranoia about the cops or about fans?
6-year difference, is a 10-year sentence. And with the pigment on my skin, I don't want to be another statistic.
Considering all the information that is currently available, these lyrics are absolutely insane. Underscore is discussing his paranoia about police officers pursuing him. He even discusses how the age gap might be sufficient to imprison him for 10 years. The man himself verified the precise age discrepancy, even though I am aware that it states a 6-year difference. And this is his genius commentary on the song.
I wanted to make a song like Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions album. You listen to shit in the 70s, they got to the point. Although it sounds soft, fucking young is perverted and weird, but it's true. There was a girl that I liked, and we both had feelings for each other, but there was a 5-year difference between us. It weirded me out, so I wrote a song about it.
I am aware that Tyler is a creative genius and an oddball. But how can someone be so conscious of the strangeness of this underscore and still write a song about it? And you begin to see how suspicious Tyler is when you see how strange that is in and of itself. However, he is frequently infantilized by others. And I'm also guilty of it since I was a underscore like my favorites supporting him and I was a biased younger teen. Tyler was, and still is, a grown man, and that is the problem. He was 24 in 2015 and is currently 34, and he still stated this in the song, despite his attempts to portray it as an artistic response to strange emotions that he never.
Funny thing about this is by the time you hear this, and this is more than a crush, I just might be in love. It won't even matter, I'll be in the clear, haha.
It's not just a crush. Then, additionally, this unidentified woman would be an adult by the time Tyler wrote the song. This interaction obviously occurred before this woman was legally allowed. Who was Tyler before 2015? Then, that was a minor. I believe it's time to learn who Tyler was referring to in the song. Furthermore, I think I know who it is. Or at least I know someone who is quite likely to be. Before I go any further though, and before the Glazers begin to remark about how people are attempting to cancel Tyler once more, I will admit that I support the cancellation because of his truly insane past. And I now realize it because my brain has changed since I was 14 and is no longer merely angry at the world. Underscore, this is strange. It's really, really strange. Furthermore, I'm not sure how he's managed to go so long without anyone truly interrogating him the way they are now. In fact, some of these stuff is almost distressing. Underscore writing dubious lyrics featuring a minor? We simply listen to it without raising an eyebrow. That's absurd. Furthermore, I've never in my life detested black ladies or wore clan robes. Exactly like the end, all of you underscore simply need to wake up. In addition, I adore Tyler. My room has been seen by the actual DH viewers, who can attest to this. I received posters. I currently have a Flower Boy LP on my desk. I like him, but he's strange, so I'm going to keep it a bean every time. But Bella Hadid is probably the woman. We are aware that Tyler and Bella have been in constant communication, which explains the variety of their pictures. At the very least, they were buddies. Bella is an October baby, so I came across these 2 Instagram pictures of her and Tyler from 2014, just before she turned 18. However, as he stated on Genius, the fact that Kate would be 16 and Tyler would be 21 in 2012 coincidentally represents a 5-year age difference. Here's something else strange. Tyler shares some lore about the song Hair Blows, which is part 2 of 2-Seater on Twitter in 2015. Additionally, he claims that the narrative about him and Be Likely Bella Hadid is real. Then, in 2013, at the age of 21 or 22, Tyler posted a tweet. He claims that it's tight, but Bella should be between 16 and 17. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think it's fairly strange when a mature man makes jokes like that about a child. That's quite strange. The tweet is authentic as well. I captured a screen grab of it. Furthermore, I wouldn't tell lies to disparage A_ who is already wealthy. Like it wouldn't make a difference. Furthermore, I don't intend to minimize Tyler's repulsive actions. However, I also want to draw attention to the fact that Bella was expressing some extremely racist things at the time. She is also friends with Tyler, or at least she thinks she is. Tyler could have simply checked her and said, "Hey, chill out. That's the same Tyler." However, he didn't. Individuals continue to attempt to pretend that Tyler had no influence on others around him. They also continue to pretend that he can move on. For example, he claimed to have stolen a black man's chicken without a non-black girl's consent. All of that stuff is strange. That woman was in his immediate vicinity. Additionally, could a Tyler fan kindly tell me why Willow Smith, 12, is referring to Tyler as the love of her life? Additionally, tell me why there are pictures of her sitting on his lap and why we won't act like kids phoning people they know. Their life's love is typical. All of that material is dubious. Definitely. And then there's this tweet that, considering everything that's going on, is like icing on the cake. Given that this particular accusation has been ignored for a while, this is where things start to get quite speculative.
Tyler lost his shit on Twitter when an underage 17-year-old boy posted him sliding in his DMs despite his age being very visible on IG, and people called him out. He deleted the tweet but responded with, "Can't even have a conversation nowadays." Data Lounge has so many receipts on Tyler. He was even flying out underage French models. It was a mess.
As I mentioned earlier, it has been ignored for a long time, and I myself lack any concrete evidence. I will say, though, that I don't think it's random. I've been hearing rumors regarding this topic, and I often compare things like this to Diddy, whose lengthy criminal career was well known. Until the public learns the truth, it will continue to infiltrate people's awareness in whispers. However, as I mentioned, it's highly speculative and nothing definite. Your thoughts are what you think. I don't give a damn. In addition, there is the instance of Rain Judge, which truly broke my heart. A brief bit of DH trivia. T released Call Me If You Get Lost in 2021, and Wilshire featured A_ in the chokehold of that song. It's about Tyler's pursuit of his homeboy's girl and his friendship going too far. Despite Tyler's extreme backdooring of his homeboy, the song has a lot of heart. When you consider that Tyler was between 30 and 31, and the girl in question was only 19, it's plain strange. It's strange, but not precisely against the law. Moreover, rumors circulate that he was acquainted with her prior to her legal status. However, I can only confirm that he dated her, and that there was a noticeable age difference. Additionally, Tyler posted this strange tweet from 2013 about George Zimmerman, but I wasn't sure how to bring it up. As for the current drama, even one of his admirers at the time had recognized it. Hey _ your fan base is composed of white people. Relax, you're seeing hallucinations. Therefore, why are you still glazing? If A_ from 2013 can point it out, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy if you continue to praise Tyler. Despite the fact that he has never expressly distanced himself from this behavior, and that he was 22 years old and extremely mature. After saying that he detests Black History Month, he took down the tweet. He so avoided standing on the raccoon tree altogether. And look, I'll just remark that you're eating too much dick and stop there if you're glazing in my comments. However, I believe that what truly irritates me is that Tyler has been a significant figure for black children. And it seems as though those two groups shouldn't look up to him. At least not anymore, since thorough investigation reveals that Tyler fostered hatred toward both aspects of his identity, which subsequently impacted those who also possessed those characteristics. And I think he's kind of a creep. But that was about all I had to say about Tyler and his troubled history. Since I am positive that the French boy claim in particular has been simmering offline, I must admit that I have a sense that Pandora's box hasn't been completely opened yet. However, may you all _ be blessed. For more uninvited opinions, subscribe. More work needs to be done. I'm going to leave now. Goodbye.